Hi, everybody. Lisa Fry on SPTV today, doing a demonstration of mediumship. So, what a great time to cozy back in, settle in, and see if you get a message from a loved one today. And they're always trying to find incredible ways to come across. So, we have a couple things that we want to talk about. First, we want to talk about Freya, who is 14 years old and has been diagnosed with leukemia. We are really trying here at SPTV to bring up some funds for her, so you can go to spiritualpsych.tv.online/donating. And if you want to help support this poor 14-year-old girl that really needs our help lifting her up and just bringing in some, love and light, healing as well. I'm sure we would love to have that energy as well. But if you can donate, that is fabulous. And once again, my name's Lisa Fry, and you can find me at My Mystical Life on Facebook and YouTube. And you'll see in the comments, I'm sure, some of our really great members that are out there commenting in amongst all of the comments that Richard is going through as we go forward. So as we said earlier, today is a demonstration of mediumship. So we're going to go through and we're going to start giving some information. And I say we already have people in the room, right? We're going to go through and we're going to start giving some information. And as that information comes across, if you feel that it's relevant for you, give a shout out and give us a yes. Okay. If it's not relevant for you, just sit there and enjoy that somebody else is getting a message. And as time goes on, maybe you'll get a message as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And once again, this is Lisa Fry on SPTV on Facebook and YouTube. Would incredibly welcome and be so thankful for sharing out to relevant groups that would appreciate this type of programming, because SPTV is a really great platform. I think everybody should know about it. I know our group is really enjoying it, and we've had a lot of discussions in the background about SPTV. So if you could give a share out, invite your friends, really kind of help raise the vibration by sharing this really incredible venue, that would be fabulous. So let's go ahead and see who we have coming across. And once again, if it's for you, give us a yes. And as we get into the validation, we'll be slimming it down to see who this actually goes to as time goes on. Okay, we always do hellos. So let's do some hellos. Who can we say hello to today? Oh, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. I can't see anything on here about that. So all I see is the banner. No worries. Electronics, you guys. Hi, everybody. There's Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Hmm. Oh, that's the big window. Hi, Terry Wall. Hi, how are you? Yes, we're just sitting here having a good day. Marcus Lopsa, wonderful. Welcome, welcome. Evening, wherever you are in the world. Michelle Hull, Joyette Hull, welcome, welcome. We're really excited to have such an incredible group of people on. Sharon, welcome, Sharon. How are you this evening, afternoon? Christine Moraes, welcome, welcome. Heidi Spicer, love the puppy. The puppy is adorable. We are big animal lovers here. Brianna Burgess, wonderful. Welcome, welcome. Christine Davis. I don't know why I want to go Christine like that. Like, hey, how you doing? So Stacy Shaw, welcome. Another wonderful little puppy. You guys will always get extra shout outs for dogs. I swear you will. Horses, dogs, cats. Michelle, Hannah, welcome, welcome. Boy, you have a deep soul, don't you? Mary Dixie, welcome. Hi. Don't forget, you guys, give a shout out, give a share. Stephanie Pritchard, hi, welcome from Australia. Catherine Copen, welcome, welcome. Diana Tyrer, welcome. Another person looking for doing fundraising. Sue Boyle, I think I got it right. Love your picture of the moon. Who is not trying to give that moon some love? Amanda Hi, everybody. Give a shout out, give a whoop whoop if you're a late bloomer out there. We have a lot of members that are here on the broadcast to raise the vibration. Chantel, welcome, welcome. That's such a cute picture. You know those kids are up to something. They're up to no good. Sorry? Oh, oh, well, that's awesome. I am talking to the guy in my ear, Richard, right, you guys? So what Richard just informed me is the people that do donate for the young lady with leukemia, and you guys can find the link right there on the banner when it comes up. Your name will be put into a drawing for a private one-on-one reading with one of the SP TV persons. So readers. So awesome, you guys. That's amazing. And what is it? Donating like that helps raise her vibration, helps raise your vibration as well by being there to help her get better. Hi, Marie Bolia. Boliva. I've seen it several times. Shelley Ann from Scotland. Love Scotland. Gonna get there eventually someday. Jennifer Glover. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. We have YouTube. We have Facebookers on here. This is great. Elaine Kenna from Wirral, Maryside, Merseyside. Okay. Shelley Hawkins. What a pretty, pretty bird. Love that. Thank you so much. You guys are just truly amazing. Really? Richard's talking about the robin that he had come sit in his garden next to him the other day. It was just arm's length, just sitting there looking at him. Isn't it really cool when we have that brush with nature and we realize just how connected we are? It's just, I love it. We live in the middle of, well, sometimes we live in the middle of nowhere, but when we're in our house in Ohio, we have lots of small animals that are running around. Some of I don't want to hang out with, but. Uh, Jackie Baker, welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you? How are you? Cheshire, England. Welcome, Anthony Jones. So don't forget, guys, share out to your family, your friends. Really great to share to those relevant groups that are interested in the things that we talk about, because creating more community is really what's important. The more we raise the vibrations of everybody around us. Lavina, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Maria Sharp, first time on here. Welcome. If you guys are a first timer, let us know. We want to know if you are here for the very first time and give you a little bit of love, right? So, welcome. Absolutely. Okay. Sandy, psychic medium. Hi, how are you? Okay. And you said we're going to start? Okay. Kimmy. So let's go ahead and we're going to start pulling somebody across. Oh, let's see. We're gonna bring an energy across, and don't forget, you guys, if you think this is relevant for you, give a yes. The more information we give and the more yeses we have within that you can take, the more chances that is your loved one, right? If it's not for you, just enjoy that somebody else is getting a message, and we're going to move forward. I want to talk about somebody that's coming across that has indigenous heritage. I have a male energy coming across, and I don't know, he talks maybe about having performed at native ceremonies, like maybe like you would think of a powwow or something along those lines. So I do have this energy that is, once again, a male indigenous population, and I see feathers, and I see this person dancing low to the ground. So I really believe that this person would have been Native American. But I also hear the words like crow. So that's just them giving me validation that this person would have been here in America, because I am in America. Um, and he talks about whistling. He also talks about whistling and maybe bird whistles. I get the sound of nature. I definitely get the sound of nature. And I get this heaviness in my chest. So I feel like maybe there would have been some sort of chest ailment when he passed away. He passed away probably later on in life, I'm going to call it, because he talks about the great pride he had in his Native American heritage, and how it's not the same as it used to be. So I know that he really was a participant in some of the things that they did and learned earlier on in life within um, the Native American tribe that he was participating in. And I believe that as time went on, there became more and more space between him and his heritage, and he just felt very disconnected. And he talks about giving somebody a feather. Can anybody validate this? He talks about giving somebody a feather, almost like a ceremony. I'm seeing what else I can have come across. Yeah. Okay. And don't forget, you guys, we have a delay. So we're trying to go through comments and see who out there thinks they can take this. I feel like this might have been the person that we're reading for probably would have been a grandparent. I almost feel like it could even go back further to great grandparent because as I'm looking at this person, they're like once or twice removed back. They're not real super close. They're a couple generations. And I see water. I see lakes and water, which kind of makes me think this might be. It could be somebody. I don't know. I think it's somebody that's passed away. I think it's somebody that's passed away because he's as I'm talking about him, he starts to stand up and he's like, I looked and I hate he didn't look like a Native American as much as he did when he was younger. Like he worked really to conform to society, sadly, to move forward financially. Can anybody take any of that? Nobody's taking it. Okay. This would have been probably somebody that lived up in the like Michigan area. They would have worked in a one of the automotive facilities. I actually feel like they would have worked in Ford. That's why I think this might have been somebody that was a great grandparent, possibly, or just a grandparent. Hmm. Hi, Stephanie. She says, my spirit guide is a Native American, lived in America. White Eagle didn't know him, but I know he's with me. So you guys, if we can't find who this person belongs to, then we're going to go ahead and continue on. But just know that sometimes the messages come across not for the people that are watching, but for somebody that you know. So if you feel the need to share this story with somebody else that is open-minded like you, then feel free to do so because sometimes, like I've been given messages and someone will go, "Oh my gosh, that's from my neighbor," and then they of course start a dialogue later. Um, yeah, don't be shy, you guys. Don't be shy. If you think this might be for you, give a shout out. If not, we're going to go ahead and move on. This guy isn't going to go anywhere. He's going to be here. If you were going through the show and somebody says, you know what, I really need to step forward and I need to talk about that, please step forward because he's not going anywhere. He's actually pretty kind of bullheaded, and he's standing here and he's almost just standing here with his like, I can't believe they can't figure this out. kind of thing. So we're just gonna let him stand over here and do his thing. So let's move on to the next individual that wants to come across. And I have a lady that likes to wear. I have an older woman, and she shows herself to be about 5'6", 5'7", and I'm not quite sure why that's relevant yet, but I feel like that she was able to look at somebody face on. And the other thing I see is a, a, a shirt with it looks pink, but that looks like it has print on it as well. Almost reminds me of like a house coat. When she passed away, she would have been in her 70s. I know this is very like broad, right? But we all have people that pass away when in those age frames. So bear with me. Let's bring this information down a little bit closer. And for whatever reason, she talks about her garden, how her garden was allowed to, how her garden deteriorated over time, but used to have really pretty variety of flowers. I don't know what you would call this. We call it a cottage garden at our house in Ohio, where we just plant wildflowers and they just kind of grow and it's not a weeding situation. But I feel like her area after she passed away, her house might have gone into neglect, and she was really sad to see that her flowers were not as, not that they were orderly ever, but there was daisies in there that were maybe dying out and they wouldn't prosper as well. So I feel like she was kind of disappointed to see her flower garden, but I see like a little white fence around her flower garden, and it wasn't tall, it was kind of short, so she could step over it and um, go in and tend her flowers. I also feel like she had a hip issue because as I talk about her going over the little fence to be able to tend her garden, she gives me ouch, like her hip had hurt her. And don't forget, you guys, we have lag, so we're patiently waiting to see if anybody wants to claim her. I also see um, she might have had something with her nose, like maybe she had some sort of deviated septum or some sinus issues that went along with them. I also actually feel like she was allergic to her flowers, but she didn't care because her flowers were the love of her life. So we're scrolling through. I see some people are able to um, are thinking that this might be for her. Hannah Chaplin, I really kind of feel like this might be for you just because of the situation she's showing me. It wasn't a big house, it was a smallish area. It reminded me of a cottage and just this really cool area that was fluffy and full of love. I also want to talk about birds. I don't know if she fed the birds or if she worked to bring in winged things like butterflies and things along those lines. Um, and she talks about she talks about the movie Snow White. So I don't know. This person's really talking about the movie Snow White. Like when she was younger, that was a really cool thing. But she wanted to be that person that was in connection with nature and bring that energy in. 70 scars, we have now a bit of a mess. White fence hip also struggled with sciatica badly. Okay, so let's see. I'm between two people here. Let's see. All right, so let me bring in some more information. You guys, if as I go through information you fall off in the validation, please don't worry about it. Um, okay, giving you problems, not her. Okay. If don't worry about falling off on the validation because if it's not for you, it's okay. It's beautiful. It's watching somebody else get a message is great as well. So let's see what else she has to say. This person, something about binder twine, like a thick, it might even be a wool, might even be twisted wool. I don't even know what that is. It's a cord that she used maybe to hold a door or a latch. Maybe she used it on her garden gate. Um, and she talks about all of her gardening things, like her tools would be piled up in one spot, all standing up, but they would all be piled up in one spot where you had to kind of shuffle through things to get to the rake kind of thing. And she's like, but that was me. I didn't have to have everything neat as a pin. As long as it was clean, it was good, and I was happy, and everything had its spot, but it was not always perfect, and it didn't have to be. And I think that was something that she actually probably talked about in life was you don't have to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect, try to be you. Who can take that? That's really important. Be yourself, not who other people want you to be. Who can take that piece of validation because that would have been something she said to you. Whoever's this is for, that would have been a piece of big validation for this. Also, coneflowers, which is echinacea with the purple. Maybe she would cut those or something, but she really loved having those. So let's see what we have here. You guys don't forget we have a little bit of lag. Don't forget to share out. We love it when you share. Sharing is caring, right? It makes everybody's vibration raise up. So hopefully to groups that are like-minded. Okay, I'm between two people here. I'm between Kaylee and Hannah. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, all right. I also want to say there's angels involved. Like there's something to do with angels, specifically Archangel Michael. So who can take the connection that she would have felt to Archangel Michael, that she had a protector all day, in every way. Michael took care of her. See, it's so hard, you guys, when we have multiple people wanting to take things. Um, Michael, there, Archangel Michael, the color baby blue. Archangel Michael. I really feel like this is for Hannah. And the other thing I want to do, Hannah, is I think this is for Hannah. I really believe this is for Hannah. I know you guys are both neck and neck, and sometimes you guys' messages come across from multiple people, and I really do feel like this is for Hannah. But I want to tell you, I don't I don't know, but I keep seeing. I think it's still Snow White. You can't take that about the angels, um, but I think you probably will be able to here in a minute. Um, oh, you work with Mike Angels and Mike Angel closely. Makes it difficult, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. Yeah, yeah, it's sometimes when we have doubles like this, and it just I want you to both consider the messages that are coming across here. It's just the way it goes sometimes because spirit comes in, they piggyback off each other, and they're like, "Oh, you've got a message. I got a message too." Um, so what I want to say here is to Hannah, I want to say someday your prince will come. I don't know why I want to sing someday your prince will come. I am not going to do this. I'm not going to sing this on this type of venue, but um, that's what I want to do is that right back to that Snow White kind of thing. And she's talking about someday something's going to come across, some person is going to come across, not necessarily a love interest. I need to say that might not necessarily be a love interest that's going to come across your energy, but it's going to be somebody that's going to come help lift you up and make you feel like a more capable human being. I know we all want to like someday our prince is going to come, but it is just like it's coming for you. This is coming for you. Just be patient and don't it's just showing like pin the tail on the donkey. Like don't stick your pin, oh gosh, into every donkey. Okay? Don't you don't need to do that because when the person is right for you, they're going to fall into your lap and they're going to help teach you lessons. So you're great. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. Um, what else does she have to say? And don't worry about conforming to what other people want you to be. Wear what you want, do what you want, be who you want to be because you're unique and nobody else is like you. You've just had a bad breakup. Okay. Yeah. Yep, that happens, doesn't it? It does happen both ways, women. Sometimes we just have to hunt and peck and find who we're supposed to find. But that's really what she wants you to know. Don't stress about it. Be yourself. Also, yeah, we're not going to go into that today, but I was going to go down another avenue, but we're not going to do that. Um, just be yourself. It'll be fine. Everything will be beautiful. And she just wants you to know that. I also want to say that she has somebody standing behind her that says, um, so it's such a weird thing for him to say because I would not have even thought that he would have come up with that phrase, but he's like, rock on. I don't know, man. I'm just passing the message on. So he reminds me of like it just to me sounds like an old punk rocker kind of saying, but he's like, just rock on, you got it. Okay. So with that, you guys, let's move on. Let's bring somebody else across. I hope that helps you, Hannah. I really, really hope that helps you. Once again, Lisa Fry with SPTV, you guys. There is a link on the screen, correct, Richard? The link is on the screen for donating. Please make sure that you're out there helping raise this girl's energy, helping raise a little bit to bring her a little bit more comfort. It would be really awesome. And for every people that donate, you are put in a drawing for winning a one-on-one session with an SPTV reader. So welcome. Amber Patrick, what a surprise seeing you on Spiritual Psychics TV. Rock on, right? How are you guys? How are you? So let's move on. Let's see who else we can bring across. Hi, Joe Stainsby. Welcome. Okay, let's see what we have coming up next. Oh, no, we don't do this online. So I have somebody coming across, and sometimes, especially with some of the epidemics we have going across the world right now with drug addiction and things like that, some of these are harder to bring across, and I really apologize for that. But they also come across with really relevant messages for people that are in similar situations. So sometimes it's really important to hear the things that they have to say. So I have a young man, he's going to be right around, he gives me the number 25-ish, somewhere in that area. He actually says 25, but I'll be super honest and tell you I'm horrible at numbers and names, so I bring across information. He's very, very skinny. He wears jeans and sometimes like cargo shorts. Um, he talks about, well, I need more information before I give messages. Okay. I get the number, or get the letter A. He gives me the letter A. And I really feel like it's an Anthony or an Andrew, Anthony, somewhere in that area right there. Because he keeps talking about ants. And I dropped him. These things are the most uncomfortable things on the planet. Let's see, what else does he want to talk about? He wants to talk about a bicycle. He wants to talk about a bicycle, like it was maybe his mode of transportation for a while, because I believe he got in trouble with the law. I believe he didn't have a driver's license, or he did and he lost it. So he talks about his bicycle, and he also talks about trash bags. I'm not even sure why we're talking about trash bags, but they're like trash bags tied onto the bike. Anthony Jones says, I can take this right out the gate, which would be Anthony right there. So, I want to talk about, so this is a really deep message, you guys. This is a real, for him to come across with the name Anthony, like Anthony. I told you at the beginning of this, I don't get a lot of names. So for him to come across with Anthony, we're going to go with Anthony. For them to be that, we got this. I want to talk about the other side, is really what his message is about. He's talking about how non-judgmental and how beautiful the other side is. And if anybody was worried about the dogmatic thought processes that would put him in a negative area, a negative place, I want to dispel notions for him that he would be in a negative place. This seems to be important. He's like, I am bathed in light. Life is gorgeous. I am so happy to be where I'm at, because now he is there and available to help other people. I feel like there's some small people he wants to help. Like he's watching out for children. He's like, I'm guarding somebody. I'm helping take care of somebody. And he keeps going, A. So I don't know if he's saying hey or if he's going A, because this is, no, it's A. It's the letter A. He keeps going A. I don't know if it's a joke or something along those lines, but he keeps saying A. And he's saying it directly after who you understand? I'm glad you understand, because I don't have to understand. You have to understand. I'm just bringing across the information that is going to help you understand the message. And I keep seeing like this Where's Waldo thing. I don't know if you're familiar with Where's Waldo. It used to be, I don't know, in the 80s or whatever, but maybe 90s. But it's this red and white striped shirt that I keep seeing. And I don't know if it's it's something he used to wear, and I even feel like there's a little blue in there. So it's like red, blue, white. Or if it's somebody that he's protecting or looking out for that wears. This thing sticking. But that's his main message is, hey, you know what? It's beautiful. I'm fine. You're fine. I'm helping take care of things. We got this. Don't worry about it. And I also want you to know he's not alone in helping take care of other people as well. And so when you feel like this person's around, they are. I don't know if you're catching things out of the corner of your eye, but if you are catching things, this is validation that, hey, I'm around. I'm taking care of you. He wants you to know that. Those little things that happen that make you think of him, that's validation. I hope that's helpful, Anthony. I really do. Don't forget, you guys, donate, donate, donate. It'll do wonderful things for your soul, because you'll have felt like you helped somebody, and you did. And for the donators, you get put in a drawing for a private reading with one of the SPTV readers, which is a really awesome thing that they're doing for the people that are donating. And what we're doing today is mediumship. So if this is information that you can take, great, Anthony, so happy. Hi, Zanya, I love your name. If this is information as we come across with mediumship that you can take, please give us a yes. If it's not, just enjoy the fact that somebody else is getting a message, and that's fine as well. I still have a Native American man standing off to the side over here wondering if anybody's ever going to take him. Uh, and he'll be fine. He's over there. So uh, he's somebody that worked at Ford when he got older because he was trying to create income. So we'll circle back to him in a little bit if anybody feels like they can take him. Hi, Barry. I love your energy. You have a great energy. So let's keep moving on. I can go down a rabbit hole, you guys, so quickly. It's not even funny. Today's mediumship. Let's continue. Oh. Every once in a while, no, we're not going to do that. Every once in a while, I get missing persons that come across, and that's just not something we're going to do today. And I just have somebody that's insistent. Oh, let's see. Let's move on. I have a male energy that was not, he passed away way, way earlier. The Native American, maybe your guide. This is actually somebody that's passed away. And we kind of thought maybe it might be a guide earlier, but no, he's very adamant that he's somebody that's passed away. He's somebody's, I really feel like a great great grandparent because he was working on old rounded cars, not newer looking cars. Information he just passed on. So this individual is a younger male, not probably 35 and up, 35 and up, closer into the 40s. I actually feel like I'm going by visuals here as to what he looks like. The thing I want to say is he passed away with a concussion to the back of the head. I feel on the back left side of his head, there had been an impact. His head had gone forward, had snapped his neck a little bit forward, where his head just went up like this, not injury to the neck, but just his head had gone forward. And I feel like there were efforts to save his life. I really feel like there were efforts to save his life. And he's giving me a reference to the movie Ghost. And he's like, when they're in there trying to work on somebody, and as Patrick Swayze is, I have a lot of guides that give movie references, you guys. So they try to connect the dots that way. And he's like, I was watching them try to save my life. And it just wasn't possible. And I'm supposed to talk about the fact that it was nobody else's fault. Like it was a solitary thing. Whether he was in a car or on a motorcycle, I just feel like it was some sort of accident. Head injuries in a crash. It feels like a crash. It does feel like a vehicle crash. And I would actually have to say I feel like this was broken. Like this was broken back here. I also feel like that if he had survived the crash, or this person would not have had a lot of motor function. And the way I'm getting that is he's just standing there like, this would have been what I am. It was a blessing that I passed. And he talks about the joy that somebody else lived. I'm not quite sure if there was an avoidance and somebody else didn't get hurt, or if there was somebody else in the vehicle. He's talking about the joy that somebody else survived. Or if there was, I kind of feel like there was a sway, like there was a sway, like a break in traffic to avoid something. I see Jade is in on this with a yes, yes. I also feel like this wouldn't have been this person's first accident. He's showing me like the number three, like 1, 2, 3, like a cross through, like this person. Um, I see Tracy as well. Could be my best friend's brother. And actually, I have to tell you, Tracy, he says no. He's like shaking his head no. He's like, no, that's not it. Okay. So I believe this is for Jade. And actually, he says, yes, this is for Jade. That's interesting because he's like, okay, we're on the right track. We're on the right track. And he's actually talking about why, it doesn't do any good to question why some things happen. Hmm. And this was his chosen, how to put this, because he talks about if he had lived longer, what he would have encountered. And he talks about this was his chosen exit, that he had a couple exit spots that he could have taken in this lifetime, and this was his chosen one. Something about he was supposed to stick around a little bit longer, but he was going to get sick, and he had felt like he had already learned a lesson, so this was one of his spots that he chose to step out on a soul level, that higher dimension or higher dimension level. And he talks about dropping flowers. He talks about dropping flowers. Can you validate the dropping flowers, Jade? It's like like taking a flower and just dropping it to the ground. Can you validate that for some reason? I'm not sure what that is. I actually feel like it's like a rose or something along those lines, and he just drops it on the ground. But he talks about he was actually in the precursor area of getting sick. Like there was a sickness that he was developing into. Nothing that he might have even talked to anybody about, so I'm not asking for validation on this. But he's like, just know that there was something coming down the pike, that he can see the greater picture now, and that was coming. And he prefers, on the other side, it was a decision that he had already gone through enough. He didn't need to do that too. So he'd learned his lessons. And we have lag, so I'm waiting to see if she can validate the dropping of the flower. I don't know why he keeps showing me dropping of a flower. But don't forget, you guys, you can donate and help the young girl that really needs to help, the 14-year-old girl that has leukemia. You're not sure. That's okay. That's all right. That's actually a perfect answer. If you don't know, yes or no on something, I don't know is great. We'd rather know that than just kind of taking something, right? I feel like there's somebody that was mourning him that was outside your circle, possibly, and that's where the drop of the flower comes in. But don't forget, you guys, you can donate and be part of a drawing and also a greater cause. So go ahead, and if you want to donate to the poor little girl that has leukemia, 14 years old, nobody should have to do that. And it will get you in the drawing for a one-on-one with one of the SPTV intuitives. So don't forget, you guys, this is SPTV. Don't forget to share out to like-minded groups. We want to broaden the community, right? That's all what we're trying to do. You guys can go and donate at spiritualpsykicstv.online/donating for Freya. That is such a lovely name, right? Freya, wonderful, wonderful, powerful name. And any kind of energy we can put behind such a powerful little girl that's going through so much is just amazing and appreciated. Very, very appreciated. So don't forget to, sure. Okay. Okay, look here, guys. The Wimbledon Spiritual Church will be on tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK time. Something you don't want to miss. I'm going to catch that tomorrow myself. So, really, really interesting. Catch that tomorrow, 11 a.m. Wimbledon Spiritual Church at Spiritual Psychics TV. And then on Sunday, July 4th at 3 p.m., you can catch Craig Morris, a discussion and tutorial on mediumship development on the groups. So that's the SPTV fan page. So it's facebook.com/groups/SPTV fan page. That, you guys, would be an interesting thing to catch. Don't forget, you guys can sign up for back behind the scenes things as well. on what is that called again, Richard? The VIP nights. That's it. See, so you can sign up for that. Oh, look, and there it is. Uh, VIP nights is an evening of mediumship development with Marcus Lapsa, Sunday, 8 p.m. on Zoom. And once again, facebook.com/groups/SPTV lounge. So awesome. Really great lineup of incredible stuff. So, you guys can get in on the inside track by becoming a VIP and see some of the things that go on behind the scenes that you might not have previously known about coming out. So great. I love that they have that option for people to be able to get on there. And don't forget, there's also areas where you can find classes and things on SPTV. So always learning. Learning is so important. Hi, Kathleen Peabody. Love the puppy. Love the puppy. Okay, so let's move on. I want to talk. Hi, Aaron Chapman. If you guys are a late bloomer on here, give us a whoop whoop. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our next mediumship message. Beth Miller, welcome. Love your energy. And see who can take the next bit of information that comes across. Okay. I have an older woman. She wants to talk about what we're going to call like a cross stitching or embroidery or something along those lines. And I actually see something that I don't know if it's so common that people would have done this, but they would have written like home sweet home or something that hangs on the wall to make people feel welcome. And it would have been a piece of art that this person did. I'm calling it art because it takes a lot of work. And it is like a needlepoint, an embroidery, or a cross stitch that hangs up on the wall. This person would have done it a couple years before they passed away. It wasn't like the last thing they did. It was something that they were really proud of that was really beautiful. And they were actually super pleased to be able to give it to a person, just to be like, here, this is for you. Remember, this is something I did. Okay, so I see we have people coming across with validation that they have somebody that did this that passed away. So let's see what else we can come up with. I almost feel like this person might have lived in a not so rural area. I hear outside activity in her home. I hear outside activity. And this person would have had the newspaper delivered, and I feel like they would have checked the astrology page. Whether they did it in the presence of other people, I think it might have been kind of a closet thing that they did. They would check the astrology page to see what they had coming up, but it was kind of like, we don't really talk about it. And there might have been some really strange conversations that went on that you would have had a conversation with this person and go, I didn't even know you thought like that. Like, I just thought you went to church or practiced, a structured religion, and they had broader thought process than that. And it was a surprise to the person that they were talking to. And this would have been when they were later on in life. This person would have probably passed away in their 80s. They lived a good long life. What is it I keep hearing outside? I keep hearing people talking outside of her home. Oh, oh, maybe I understand that. Okay. I feel like it might not even been her actual home. I feel like it was a set. I feel as if I can hear people walking around outside because she might have been in an assisted living um, situation where she was in a, I don't know what you'd call it, assisted living. She was in a elderly community, let's put it that way. And the people that I hear outside are outside in a hallway. Sherry said it was rubbish, but read it. I know, right? A lot of people do that. So silly. That and the fortune cookies. I don't understand why I'm reading them, but I'm reading them. Hi, Kelly Hansen. Let's see, where are we going to this? I feel like she felt I feel like she would have felt denied some things later on in life, like I should be able to have this, or um, I should be able to have that. And it was something against the rules, which probably would have been relevant to an old person's, type of community, elderly community. I actually feel like it was needles. I feel like it was knitting needles or crochet needles or something along those lines. And she talks about idle hands. Idle hands. She needed to keep her mind busy. She needed to keep her hands busy to keep functioning. Can anybody take that? That's important. Keep your mind busy, keep your hands busy, keep busy, and life will treat you well. Can anybody take that? That's really where she's wanting to go with this. And she had the best smile. Like, it's the smile you want every grandma to have. Okay, I see Michelle is in on that. Yeah. You guys, if you're validating by saying yes, put the piece of information behind it so we know where you're at. There's a lot of feed, there's a lot of people going through, and we want to know what you can validate it in at. So give us how much of a percentage you can validate of everything I've come across with, as well as the validation. You should be able to come across with pretty much 100% of this, or have little pieces that you don't know the answer to. Okay. I see we have Michelle. And I think that Kelly Hansen, her friend, was in at 100% at one point. Yeah, we have lag, guys. So while we have lag, let's talk. Jeremy says 100%. Awesome. Okay. Don't forget, you guys can go donate. Grace Wilson at 100%. Okay. So let me dig a little deeper. Yeah, they took her. They will take her. Oh, they took her needles away when they put her in. That does happen. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. We need one more defining piece of information here. One more defining piece of information. This person might have had a black and white cat at one point in their life that they missed or had to have put down. Who can take the black and white cat? Who can take that black and white cat? Yeah. While we're waiting on the lag, you guys, let's talk about sharing SBTV. That's super important. We want to make sure we're building community every day in every way, right? And you can also donate for Freya. No black cat. Okay. Um, Freya, 14-year-old young lady that has leukemia. You can find the link at the bottom, you guys. And for everybody that donates, you get put into a drawing for a one-on-one reading with an SPTV reader. And that's awesome. Yes to cat, unsure on color. Okay. And let's see, we're working on lag. We still have two people in at cat. The cat would have possibly, or the cat would have had a bell, or she would have heard bells. I keep wanting to hear bells. I'm listening for bells. A small tinkly bell. Oh, I understand that. Thank you. But if you are validating bell, please put yes, bell. Um, and I'm not going to muddy the waters by talking about one other thing here before that happens, because it does kind of create a kerfuffle, and we don't want our kerfuffle. Okay. She was in a residential home. Did she have a cat? Cat's important. The cat is important. The cat is a way of validating. She's trying to throw information out to validate. And I think we have two people in that are in at the cat at the moment. Yes to the bell. Kelly Hansen. I kind of feel like we're gonna run a neck and neck, you guys. We're running neck and neck. It's like a race, like a great race. Okay. I also want to talk about fairies. I want to talk about somebody that would have uh, had a green, she would have had like a green thumb. She would have felt in connection when she was younger, and you would have a memory of this person having been outside, and you just have that feeling. No, 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 you're fine, Grace. You're perfect, Grace. It's all good. She would it's also in relationship to that cat in the bell. That's why the fairies come in. Because as I'm hearing this bell, I'm like, fairies. Fairies do come sometimes with that bell type of sound. And there would have just been something about this woman that just felt so soft, but yet larger than life, and would have been somebody you would depend on no matter what. Bells were rung for prayers. This is like a kitty bell. Okay, so where are we at on the yes? Kelly. Yeah. Okay, you guys, we have an unbreakable tie. Sounds like something out of Harry Potter. Okay, let's move forward on this. Well, let's bring in a message. And the best thing we're going to do here is, because this person keeps giving valid information, everybody's able to validate. So can we give one more piece of information? There is something knit that is red. There's something knit that is red. It was knit. I see crochet knit or knitting kind of thing, and it's red, like a dark maroonish red, not apple red. Um, it would have been a just a deep, deep red. Maybe on the fairies. Okay, so we're at Grace, we're at Kelly, and we're at Michelle, and let's see where we are on the red. Make sure you guys type red in there. That is an important information right there, and I'm just gonna, that's important. Something red that she knit or crocheted. She's slow rolling us into this, you guys. Walking us in gentle. Okay. Doesn't know about the crochet. Grace, what I have to say about that is, if she made you a red outfit for as a child, I'm really sorry. There's nothing like a crocheted outfit, is there? Was knitted a red jumper. Okay, that's pretty specific, you guys. Okay, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with a message, and if you can take that message, let's go forward on this, because I don't want to spend too much time on one message. The message here, and hopefully you'll be able to take this, is, you know, when you pull one string, because she's going to make knitting references, okay? We're going to have knitting references, which is fine. You pull the one string. If you pull the correct string, nothing happens and nothing unravels, because you've gone all the way to the beginning again, and you found that you have to kind of go to that start to find where you need to be. I love her message. She's so sweet and she's so smart. But she says, but if you pull on that string at the end, you pull that string out at the end, everything will unravel. Sometimes you have to go back to the beginning to find out where you need to be. And if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time in the moment, it never is a failing move to go back to the beginning and start again. Don't be afraid of that. Sometimes we have to just cut things and move on. And that's what she's talking about. Don't be afraid to go back to the beginning, because sometimes you relearn things and see it from a whole different light, and it's just gorgeous. And that's her message, is don't be afraid. Yeah. That was knitted with the machine and by hand and crochet. Awesome. Okay, good. That's good. Okay, good, good. That's her message, you guys. And whoever can take that out of everybody that was in the running for that, please do. We also know we have a lot of people that don't engage in the background on these things. So know that a message can be for multiple people. Spirit knows when multiple people need things. So don't worry. Start over. It's okay. It doesn't have to be life. It can be, one little portion of life. Find what needs to be worked on and make it new. It's all right. It's perfect. Okay. Do we have time for one more, Richard? Okay, let's do one more. We're gonna do one more because we have a guy over here. He wants to talk about being in the military. This will be really quickly because you guys, I'm gonna give validation. I'm gonna give information, and because we're almost at the end of our time here, and I'm gonna give you some information. If you guys can take it, validate it, make sure you put the validation up there. But it's gonna be really quickly. And this gentleman is he shows himself in a military jacket, like a bomber jacket, like he flew, like he was in the military and he had some sort of accolades behind him. But when he was much, much younger, when in the 50s, I believe he was a greaser. I believe he was into rock and roll and he loved he had hair pomade. I don't know whether he still used it when he was older, but he definitely shows me that slick type of I'm so cool energy when he was much younger. I hear the Beatles in the background, actually. I hear the old rock and roll that's just, awesome. And he was just like, hey, that was the good stuff. I feel like there was records that were lying around after he passed away that people had to go through. And I have to tell you that if you guys had to go through this gentleman's records, you missed something. You missed a very valuable record if you threw all those things away, because he's talking about he had a piece of history within his record collection. If you missed it, I'm so sorry. But he also talks about he had I don't know, remember what they're called, the little 44s. He had the little grommets that would go on the record player to hold the smaller records like this. And there was one of those records that was really, I'm sorry, I'm talking really, really quickly because I'm giving all of his messages, you guys. And as we go through this, I hope you can take it because I'm not going to probably whittle down to who this is for. You guys will just have to take that. But he wants to talk about one of those records. The song on there was really important because it had to do with a relationship that he had with somebody in his life, his significant other who passed away probably before he did, because he talked about missing her after she was gone. He was very, very lonely. But the military connection was, I don't feel like he was forced to go in the military. I feel like he joined the military because he had a lot of pride and he loved his country. And he moved forward with purpose and honor in all of the things he did. And he was really proud to have served, but he talks about the jacket. Now, he may not have had the jacket. Okay. He's talking about the jacket as a reference to, this is what I did. So I feel like he would have been up in the air at one point within the military service. And I'm trying to see which war he was in. I almost feel like it's Korea. And he talks about the last great generation. So I'm going to say it was probably Korea, with probably a small stint in Vietnam. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't do geography. He keeps saying G. D. Thompson says, yes, I can take it all. So that's the information I'm giving on this gentleman, you guys. And he talks about his message is about standing tall. He joined the Army at 15. Wow, good for him. Back when they could do that, right? Being willing to serve. He talks about being proud of some of the things that you do in life. Make sure that everything you do in life is something that you can be proud of, that you can talk about with children that are up and coming, and hopefully instill some of the things, that those responsibilities and those values within the newer generation, because some of those things are lacking. He talks about the lack of everybody's this. We're right here all day, every day. And he's like, and you know what they're missing? All of this, all of the wonderful, incredible things that jump up, whether it's nature, music, and Keith really talks about music, nature, music, the beautiful things around us are what we should be appreciating, and yet we can't get our faces off of our electronics to see the bigger picture around us. And he's talking about making sure that the children see the beautiful things. Take people camping, take people out and do things together rather than exist in the same area. That's his message, because it's really important, he says. If it doesn't make sense now, it will make sense in the next 2 years, is what he said. So I hope that helps. Once again, you guys, Lisa Fry with Mediumship Demonstration. Yes, G, you talk about, is his name is George. Wow, awesome. That's 2 letters in one day. Which surprises me, right? You guys are like, yeah, she's surprised. Well, sometimes we have fortes as readers, and sometimes we don't get these things as often, but your guys' loved ones have come across so profoundly today that they want to give detailed information, and that is awesome. Yes, I'm doing a master's degree, so my children are proud. That's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. I hope you're proud of yourself as well. Yes, I was talking about those small things and not electronics today with my child. Perfect. Perfect. Validation for you, right? Him coming forward saying, you're on the right track. I even have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. That is how much validation he wants you to have. Sue, you're so welcome. I can't tell you how much fun I have doing this. This is my enjoyment in life. It truly is. Kaylee Trouton, truly beautiful messages. Thank you so much. I hope you took that part of that message for yourself as well, Kaylee. Terry Wall. Richard is amazing, isn't he? He just is like the man behind the glass here, and he is fabulous. I love the venue he has put together. It is truly, truly beautiful. And once again, you guys, don't forget, share to groups, increase the community, bring people in, because that's Renee Hess. How are you, girl? And we just get on here to have a good time, be able to pass messages along and raise the vibration. You're very welcome, Mary. Very, very welcome. I hope everybody had a great time. Don't forget, you guys, little Freya, 14-year-old Freya fighting leukemia, really would benefit from some donations. And with the donations you get, the SPTV gets, they will put your name in a drawing for a one-on-one reading with one of the SPTV individuals, readers. And not only are you helping her, but you possibly get a reading and raise your vibration at the same time. So you're so very welcome, Krish. I love your picture. I love that graphic art. It's really, really quite beautiful. It says a lot. Joanne Lewis, well, hi. I've moved beyond welcomes. So wonderful evening. Thank you guys so much. This has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Christine Davis, awesome. I just love your picture. I just keep wanting to go like this. I don't know why. Cheryl Burdenak. Yeah, I got it. Yay. Great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the evening. Hope you enjoyed the evening. And once again, this is Lisa Fry and SPTV, Spiritual Psychics Television. And don't forget, there's so many wonderful programs coming on for you guys to watch that you can just tune in, tick through them, see what you want to be on, and have a great time. Great venue. Great venue. Is that it for us, Richard? Okay. All right. So once again, this is Lisa Fry with SPTV and My Mystical Life, and you guys have a beautiful evening. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are, and we will talk again.